Um, Something here that I want to show you about taking this suppressor on and off. If you watch the videos, you know that there is that hash mark. This is to the top, or it won't go on. And I probably already explained that. But you've probably seen the videos. You got these 3 keys, and those 3 keys go on these on their respective slots. But this isn't as easy as the videos show it to be, to go on and off. I mean, if you don't, this wiggles. So if you don't have it, I don't want to say just right, but if you just let this hang and try to pull it off, it's extremely hard. You've got to sort of have this thing like, you've got to lift the front up. If it's to the left too much, to the right too much, or down too much, I mean, this thing ain't coming off. So, but going on, once you have engaged it, it is solid. But if once you start disengaging it, it's obviously got some rattle, and it's just something I just want to bring to your attention. It don't mean this thing is, you know, of low quality or anything. Just that when you're bringing it on and off, remember that you got to kind of take the weight. You can't let it hang down. You kind of center it, if you will. But there are no barrel length restrictions, and that's why I got this. I had originally I had planned on getting a Advanced Armament 762 SD, not the N6. I just was going to get the SD. But it has a barrel length restriction. And when I was looking around at other suppressors, everything in the Advanced Armament line is just old tech, and as far as I'm concerned, junk. Because it's all 316 stainless, or, you know, Inconel, and Inconel's okay. I cut Inconel in what I do for a living in a machine shop, and Inconel is good. Inconel's like, when it comes to suppressors, especially center fire rifles, I think Inconel is a baseline. Stainless is stainless in center fire cans, as far as I'm concerned. It's just that I'm going to use the word outdated material. I think everything should be, as far as baffles go, Stellite. Stellite, and be done with it. The Stellite, as far as I'm concerned, is just a more advanced baffle material. And stainless is good for individual parts, like, for example, maybe the locking lugs in there. That's okay for that to be stainless, but as far as I'm concerned, if your baffles aren't stainless, if your baffles aren't stellite, then I wouldn't buy one. But I just wanted to talk about the locking mechanism, and just give my impressions on it. So far, I think the locking mechanism is great. The Spec War locking mechanism, I think, is, I don't want to say junk, but it really does get to me. That's why I just leave the suppressor on. I never take it off for anything except maintenance, except cleaning the barrel. And outside of cleaning the barrel, then fuck it, just leave it on. And that's how I will treat this one as well. There will never really be a need for this to come off except maintenance, but the locking mechanism, outside of the fact that it can just be tricky maybe to pull it off easy. I'm certain that after firing this and pulling it on and off, I'm sure these little lugs will kind of wear a little bit. The burrs will wear on them and make it for a smoother on-off. But it's a really cool system. I debated between this or the Razor, and it's eluding my mind who makes that Razor. Rugged. The Rugged Razor versus the Sandman L, or I mean Sandman Short. And really, I chose the Sandman because of the locking mechanism. You could see how kind of sometimes tricky that is. But I just wanted something that I could ratchet on and ratchet off. I didn't want to thread it on so far and then turn a lock collar. I just wanted one motion on, one motion off, not a thread and then a lock and then an unlock and a thread. And that is the reason, the only reason, well, I don't want to say the only, that was the biggest reason I chose this, was the one hand manipulation, one motion manipulation. But, whoops, the other also big reason that I chose this suppressor over the Rugged was Mike Pappas. He's just a big, he's just a, I don't know, I want to use the word heavy hitter, I guess. I just like the way his mind works, if you will. What he did over at Silencer Co. I thought was great, and then when he left, I kind of wasn't sure who or where I would go. I just kind of thought I'd see where the industry went. And then when I started searching for a can for this 12.5-inch AR-10, I came across Dead Air, and I'm like, well, you know, I don't know if I can trust these guys. I don't know if I could trust Rugged. I mean, you know, I kind of seem to want to wait and see how the product is getting along before I dive into, before I marry, if you will, one of their products. And I've been every suppressor besides, Well, I'll put it to you like this. I have two advanced armaments. My first one was an advanced armament. It was a Evo, and then I got an advanced armament UMP suppressor that you've seen, and then I was searching for something that was really cheap, dedicated 5.56, and the M4 2000 I noticed was really getting its butt kicked, if you will, by the Spec War 5.56. When the Spec War 5.56 came out, it was really dominating. I mean, it was crushing, and it was only like 550. And Silencer Shop was testing it against all these high-end cans: Knights, Surefire, AAC, and Saker 5.56, and the Spec War was really rocking and rolling, so I got one. And to this day, I think it's just fantastic. I would like to get another. I would like to get the K model. But Pappas was there, he left, and when I seen he was behind Dead Air, that was the other deciding factor. Was the locking mechanism, and I was going to be with Pappas. So in the next clips, probably tomorrow, we are going to get out, if it ain't raining or snowing, and we got to sight this gun in. We're going to sight it in with the can, and the can's not coming off. So we'll just ratchet this on one more time because it's fantastic. And that is so solid. It's not even funny. So there you go. I think I want to get this video up tonight, and I'll make a new one. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but either or, we will, the next video on this suppressor will be shooting the thing. Hey. So today, we are going to check out the Sandman. Got it last night, as you know. I've sighted this optic in with the Sandman on, and I was having, when I was sighting it in, I was having issues with the gas. I was getting short strokes, and first it was overgassed, short strokes. I have an adjustable gas block, so I'm just kind of running this and then adjusting the gas block until I can get it running okay. But I think I have it adjusted right, and we're just gonna run this fucker hard and see what happens. So 12.5-inch gun with the Sandman-s. I keep wanting to say L, but it's the short. So let's try it out. We're shooting 147 grain ZQ, which isn't that good, but it's brass, so. And this is the issue I have. It doesn't quite get out, and it's kind of like a double feed. type issue. Man, when it gets stuck, it gets stuck. So I'm gonna have to fiddle with it to see what's going on, but we only have a few rounds left. We will smoke those out. I doubt the gun needs cleaned after 30 rounds of suppressed ammo, but doesn't take much to heat that up. Anyway, let's smoke out the rest of these rounds. And that's it. There's only 2 left. Guess the gas block's gonna need tuned a little bit more. I don't know if I should go off, or I don't want to add more gas to it, I don't think. But because I know suppressing this thing is gonna gas it more. So I'll just have to play around with it. But that is just my little review. After shooting this, I'm obviously not wearing any ear pro. This thing is, it's not super quiet, but it is so much better than with it off, obviously. No ear pro, and it's just got a really good tone to it, like a, I don't know, like a thump or a, it's got sort of like that good Hollywood kind of tone to it, you know. Totally dig it. Worth the wait? I guess so. I mean, I can't compare this to any other 7.62 can. I don't have any other ones. This is my first, so I don't know. I've never shot or heard in person a rugged razor or a surge or a surefire, or for that matter an advanced armament. But do I think you'll be happy with this if you want to buy one? Yeah. I'm surprised how quiet it is for how short it is. This is roughly, to the eye, the same length as my SWR Spec War. And this takes 308 down to the suppress level, to my ear, of that Spec War. So yeah, I'm totally thrilled. I just need to fix that issue with the double feed type extraction issues. And I never had that with the suppressor off, and that's why I'm thinking if the suppressor adds more gas, if it gasses it more, if it adds more back pressure or whatever, I should turn that down. I'm thinking I should just turn it down, off, shut it off, and work it out, which is something I might do. But with that being said, this is going to wrap up my initial review of this suppressor. If I have any issues in the future, I'll report. But unless you see anything else, this can's just rocking and rolling. And when I shot it off the ground, it gave a nice straight back recoil impulse. And I really wish I could run a mag as hard as I could through it, but I'm having that issue. So if I can get that fixed, I'll come back and let you know. So take care.